On this final section of the study guide, we're going to be solving some compound inequalities. Remember, compound inequalities can be and or. Typically, an and is going to have the solution in between 2 points. And remember, closed dot means either less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, or could have an open dot, which means less than or greater than. Ands are usually in between 2 points, and we're looking for the overlapping area of an and. Ors are typically going to face outwards, so it will look like this or that. Once again, we can have either closed or open dots, indicating if it's greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to, or less than, or just greater than. So for this first one, it says, which of the following is the graph of the solution set of m is greater than -1 and m is less than or equal to 1. So we're just picking the graph that matches this. It's an and, so we should be looking for the overlap of the two graphs of m is greater than -1 and m is less than or equal to 1. So what this means is I should have the solution should be in between these 2 points, -1 and 1. On -1 there should be an open dot because it's greater than, not equal to. And we should have a closed dot on 1 because m is less than or equal to. And my solution should be in between these 2 points, -1 and 1. So I want a graph that looks like this. And that would be B, is the only one that has open dot on -1, closed dot on 1, and my solution is in the middle. 37 says, which compound inequality has the solution set shown in the graph? So this time we're looking at the graph and coming up with an inequality that matches it. So here I'm going to look at each part. On the left, I have that we'll use x. So x, it's going to the left, so x is less than, the dot is closed, so or equal to -1. There's a gap in the middle, so these are not overlapping. This is going to be an or. X, it's going to the right, it's getting greater, so x is greater than or equal to, because it's closed, 3. So this should be the inequality I'm looking for. Less than or equal to -1 or greater than or equal to 3, that would be D. 38 says, which of the following is the solution set of 2a plus 1 is greater than 9 or a is less than -1? So the first thing I need to do here is solve for a, get it by itself. I need to subtract 1 from both sides and then divide by 2 to get the a by itself. I'm left with a is greater than 4, or, this one's already solved, a is less than -1. So if I were to graph this myself, I would have -1 over here, and a 4 would be somewhere around here. On the 4, it would be an open dot facing out, because a is greater than 4. And on the left, a is less than -1. That would be an open dot pointing this way. It's an or, so we don't need any overlap. So this is what the graph would look like. So, and it's not asking for a graph, it's just asking for a solution. So I'm just looking for this part, actually. So a is greater than 4, or a is less than -1. That would be this one. The order doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that these are in a different order as long as all the key parts are there. So A is the answer. Finally, 39 asks us to write a compound inequality for the graph shown below. So this, I can already tell by looking at it, since it's going to the left and to the right, this is an or inequality. If it were an and, the solution would be in the middle, or possibly both arrows would be going the same way, but this has to be an or since they're going different ways. So on the left, I'll call, it looks like our variable is x. So x is going to be less than or equal to, because it's closed, -1, or x is going to be greater than, because it's going to the right. It's going to be greater than, not equal to, because it's open, 2. So this is the answer I'm looking for. Less than or equal to -1, or x is greater than 2, that would be